All right, y'all. You know what it is. You know what time it is. And if you don't know what time it is, you need to look at your watch. iPhone, cell phone, something, you need to do that. But if your little ears is all perked up, you know you are listening to Brawls, Panties, and Sports. This is Spitface here with the First Lady of Sports Talk, the one and only Cheryl Smith, CJ out of Chicago. We got the Goddess Kelli, and we supposed to have on a man named Stephen the Third, and we always got the Shimmy Shake girls. Now the First Lady and CJ, apologize. First Lady is under the weather, y'all. So please send us some love, some smoochies. Get the healing angels and get them all flapping over there. Now, really, she said send her a couple of boy toys, and that'll get her feeling in a much better mood. But I ain't gonna discuss her business here out on the show and stuff. And CJ got a graduation. That's right. Somebody she know got some education going on about themselves. Shout out to. But we do have Goddess Kelli representing the city of Cleveland, a whole big old city. She got it. She the goddess. She the one. And she about a fine little thing too. I was watching her come on in, and she had that little split going and stuff. They had to, my eyeballs was getting all reckless. They had to kind of, look, but they never did go below the neckline while she was looking. Now, now check out the music this week on Shout Out. We are featuring L.A. Carpool when they find a shining star or get the cold feel of the mute button. Now you know what time it is. But it is time for the old school giggle. Get your yuck on. Check it out.
Glad to see brown people in the audience. That's nice, Of course you'd be here at the taping. It's free. You cheap bastard. Then you people don't even act like you're not cheap. You know you're cheap. It's in our blood to be cheap. Now, people say Jews are cheap. Jews aren't actually cheap. Jews will spend the money if they think it's worthwhile. A Jew will grab a shirt and go, I don't know. All right, it feels like it's good material. Here's my money. Whereas an Indian guy would be like, I don't know. I could probably get this made for $4. And when you're not looking, he pulls out a knife. How much now? It's ripped. I don't buy ripped shirts. We are cheap, man. It's in our blood. My dad's so good at being cheap that he could convince you that you're wrong. I took my dad to a bar. He ordered a beer. The waitress was like, it's $4.50, sir. My dad's like, okay. Here's $3.
All right, y'all. That was the old school giggle. I hope you got your yuck on. And if you didn't, well, you just, I don't know, probably just a boy and so. But we don't have the First Lady, but we got a goddess in the house. So, goddess, we're ready. What you saying?
Well, each week we try and figure out what is going on in the sports world, not the plays of the week, more like the players of the week. And they're trying to tell us something, so we ask, what you saying? Fly, little birdie, fly. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. So I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let the spirit carry me. I want to fly right into the future. So, the little birdie, known as Ladarius Green, is flying away from the Pittsburgh Steelers after literally stealing $1 million a game. Green, who was signed last year after the Steelers reportedly failed to thoroughly investigate his concussion history, played in just 6 games in his 1 season as a Steeler. For those 6 games in which he caught 18 passes, Green made 6 million. The Steelers also lost a sixth-round draft pick in the deal. After being burned by this move, will NFL teams seriously start considering moving on from players who had one or more concussions? Will rules meant to protect players' health start being justifications to end their careers early? Amber Stocks, Pokey Chapman, Vicky Johnson, and the Steve Miller Band are asking, what you saying?
What you saying about that, Goddess?
Well, it's no secret that concussion has become such a huge deal in the NFL. We had all the problems that we saw with Junior Seau, with the fact that he ended his life early due to the CTE that was caused by the concussion. So it is a huge problem. There's so many health effects that can happen by getting hit in the head repeatedly, like most of these football players out there. There's so many players and ex-retired players that are showing symptoms of CTE, that are having mental health issues, that are having the headaches, the depression, the suicidal thoughts and tendencies. So it really is a very big deal. But should those kind of injuries affect a player being able to sign another contract? I mean, to me, it just comes down to due diligence. You need to look at the player. You need to look at how he's performing on the field. I mean, somebody like Ladarius Green, it looked as though he should have had such a great career ahead of him still. He was still a very viable player. So I think it comes down to doing the research, but I don't think we should penalize people either. We just need to have the team doctors do their job and evaluate these guys, not just in a health level, but they need to be evaluated in terms of a mental health level too. See what their psyche's like, see if they're showing those signs of depression. Because when it comes down to it, football is a game and it's entertainment. We love it. Football is life. It's the best entertainment out there, but we need to make sure that we're looking out for these guys' health and for their families when it comes down to it, to me.
Goddess, I was listening to what you were saying, and I was going point, check point, double check point, match point, but when it all comes down to it, take the money and run. Take the money and run. So let me just tell you, you future NFL players, you need to go have a little sit down with your union and say, look, dude, you know the deal. We know the deal. We ain't going to win this argument. Because by the time it gets certified and stretched out and delegated and stuff, shoot, you think it would have went through Congress or something. Look, so the rule of the game is, get the money. And you better get the rules in so that when these teams start finding ways to end careers early, because one or two more going to get boinked by not doing their own due diligence. Because, that'd be like, like taking responsibility, something that they, your mama tried to teach you, your daddy tried to, take responsibility. Well, they take responsibility for their money. That's where responsibility, I got to resort to my money. So you better get some responsibility for your money, and you better take that week, Goddess, did I say week? If you didn't hear me clearly got weak NFL union and say, look, y'all gonna have to figure out something so we get money now. Because y'all done already, y'all, sitting up here, y'all let them divide you. And a house divided will never stand. They let you divide you. So they divided the incoming rookies against the veterans. Now, in the name of the veterans gonna get a little bit something more than the youngins. How did that work out? Because how did that work out? And now you're gonna have shorter careers. Take the money and run. That's all I got to say on that is take the money and run. Goddess Kelli, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, rocking my peers and putting suckers in bed, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. Explosion, overpowering, over the competition I'm towering. Record shop when I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare, you better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that'll all get sliced and diced. Competition paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Huh. Mama said knock you out. Huh. We are not talking about Melissa Coates, Angel Vashon, or Natalia. I like that name, Natalia. That give me well, no, wrong show. We are talking about the knockout punch, the goddess. Who are we talking about? Cleveland Cavaliers are preparing to land on the Boston Celtics. I mean, it's starting to look like Sugar Ray Leonard with one of them Rolo Polo punches, but we're going to get into that. Is this starting to look like a case of LeBron and company saying, we ain't been getting no respect? And last time they looked, they the you know what that means. You know what that means. You know what that means, right? Is LeBron about to bring his MJ, Magic, Bird, Jabbar, and Kobe imitation, plus a can of whoop ass on the Warriors for being this? Catherine Smith, Sarah Thomas, and Justine Seagull are asking, what you saying? Goddess, this is what I got to say on this. And what I got to say is, LeBron about to bring that can of whoop ass. As a matter of fact, I saw the brother in Lowe's. Notice I didn't mention Home Depot because we trying to get that sponsorship out of Lowe's. But that, that little undercover, okay, guy. But I saw him up in Lowe's, and he was in the aisle where they had the big cans of whoop ass. He said, I don't want them cans. I want the special order. He want the special order can of whoop ass. Because he going, we ain't getting no respect. Last time I looked, I got more rings than Steph Curry. Last time I looked, I done played in more finals than Curry. Last time I looked, KD ain't got no ring. He ain't had no dinner. He ain't been to the White House to meet the president as a victor. Now, I don't know, maybe he can go to that Oklahoma Steakhouse. But, so that's, I think that LeBron has said, like, look, he know how long he want to play. He know that. And when you at the top of your game, you want to win now. You want to win now. And them boys is fired up. So I do think that the Warriors, you might be in a funky situation because that whoop ass will beat the stank out of you. Goddess, I hate that. I ain't gonna leave it on that note, but I'll leave it. I'll move over to the goddess on this note. I like LeBron's style. What you say?
Well, I mean, come on. Did you see that game last night? Did you see the absolute whoop ass they put on those Boston Celtics? That was the highest score ever in an NBA playoff game. They embarrassed those guys, and not only did they embarrass them, they embarrassed them at home in their garden. How are the Celtics going to let a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers come into their garden and embarrass the hell out of them like that? If there was any doubt in anyone's mind that my boys on the Cleveland Cavaliers came to play, you need to put that thought to rest, because that proverbial playoff switch is flipped, and they are coming for blood. They're not coming for Isaiah Thomas blood. They are coming for Steph Curry and Kevin Durant blood, and they are going to wipe the floor with those boys just like they did last year. Last year, we saw Steph Curry blow a 3-1 lead. This year, we are going to see LeBron and company go in there. Doesn't matter if it's going to be here in my house in Cleveland or over at their house at the Oracle Arena. We are going to give them all of that anger that we have been saving up. Everybody's saying LeBron can't repeat it, saying LeBron's not as good as MJ, saying that we don't have the same team. We didn't go out and buy a superstar like Golden State Warriors did, going and getting Kevin Durant because they're afraid of the Cavaliers. How are you going to be afraid just because your team had the best regular season record and you failed in the finals doesn't mean you need to go out and buy somebody like Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is a little bitch. He's proven that he doesn't care about loyalty. He doesn't care about anything about getting a ring. He is like some woman that's going out there and getting pregnant just because she wants to hook a man. That's what Kevin Durant is to me, and I don't play with that kind of stuff. So yeah, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin, my one and only love, and the rest of the Cavs are going to go and they are going to take out the Golden State Warriors once again this season. They are playing with new fire, with renewed energy, and first we're going to sweep Boston, and then we are going to get that repeat, and I will be at another parade in downtown Cleveland.
All right. Yeah. Well, you heard it from the goddess. I kind of think that the only thing that we're gonna have a future discussion on is how many wins will the Golden State Warriors have. But that is for reserved for a future discussion. Now, ordinarily, I turn it over to the first lady to take us to break, but we got the lovely goddess filling in, and she smells good too, y'all. Fellas, if you're listening to the show, she smells good. She's sweet.
Well, everybody, the first two listeners to email us or send us a shout out why the ladies are grouped together will receive a $25 gift card from our partners at NFLshop.com and a $25 gift card from our new partner, Victoria's Secrets. Here is your hint. Canucks with a chokehold. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have a performance from LA Carpool on the first part of Shout Out.
Like I said, she smells sweet. She real sweet. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Welcome back. You are listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. And guess what? Guess what? The music flows in from around the globe to get a shout out from the panel. Goddess, I can't wait to hear the music from LA Carpool. All right, well, Goddess,
I'm definitely excited to hear this. I mean, I never thought I'd be excited for something called LA Carpool. That sounds kind of like an awful traffic nightmare, but I'm definitely excited to hear the music.
All right, on Shout Out, we feature new independent artists who are looking to find their shining star. If we like what we hear, we will give the track a shout out. If we don't like it, we hit the mute. Today we have LA Carpool with their album Salsa Pop. Let's hear New Yorican Blues. Check it out.
Mambo, la luna llena, movimiento en la cintura, escuchando a mi Celia, Guantánamo está tocando, las palmeras están volando, y en un rinconcito aquí, mi amante está llorando. You're weekend blue. You're weekend blue. Le dije ya no llores, que ya voy a regresar. Mi Puerto Rico está esperando al mi llegar, y las olas tan azules, el solecito brilla, la silueta de una la luna llena me grita. Que te traiga aquí.
All right, Goddess, that was L.A. Carpool Nuyorican Blues. And, I'm sitting up there, recklessly eyeballing the Goddess. I done got my tongue tied. Shimmy, say, girls, bring me a mimosa. Bring me a little mimosa. My tongue done got it all tied and knotted up over here looking at that split. And, oh, that's right, I forgot we back on the show. Goddess. Are you going to give Nuyorican Blues a shout-out, or you hitting the mute button? What you think of the sound?
You're going to have to forgive me because I think I kind of fell asleep a little bit during that one. I'm going to need those Shimmy Shake girls to bring me a coffee and make it heavy on the Kahlua because I need to wake back up and get my mojo back after that because that was boring. I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what they were saying. Maybe those lyrics were brilliant. I don't know. But that had me snoring over here, so forgive a little bit of drool if you saw that. I didn't mean it.
That sounds like a mute button getting hit to me, or at least a snooze button. All right. Now, I kind of got into the rhythm. It did get to be a little repetitive. So I'm not gonna hit the mute button. I'm gonna give it a yo.
Yeah, I mean, if that's salsa music, that's some mild salsa. I like my salsa a little hotter than that.
Yeah. You say they need to add, throw a little something on that one. Well, we'll see on part 2 of Shout Out because we'll have another performance from L.A. Carpool to see if they can step up the rhythm. But I'm wondering if wait just a second. It's.
And we know Flipper lives in a world full of wonder, flying there under the sea.
All right. It is time for Flip It, where host defend the point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. Goddess Kelli, it is looking rather bleak for the Boston Celtics. I even saw the leprechaun heading to go get him a shot of tequila. After an awesome regular season and great play during most of the playoffs, they really did play good. They competitive. They was younging and gunning. We wonder if hey y'all, I'm just reading the script. They just paid me to be here. We wonder if the Celtics are sent fishing by the Cavaliers should they trade Isaiah Thomas and build around that young, cheap #1 draft pick that fell into their laps. So on the first part, we're going to defend. Isaiah is more valuable as trade bait. The Celtics need to hook a great trade deal. And, I was looking at the situation, and I like Isaiah. I like his heart. I like his skill. The brother can ball down and everything. And but if I was the Boston Celtics, bait. I hate to say it. But I will treat him like I'm not gonna treat him like he a $2 hoe or something, because we can definitely get more for Isaiah than just anything, because he is a legit baller star, and many a team can use his skill with I'll say a more veteran team. And so that could work out to be a good thing for Isaiah. And the Celtics, as they're composed now, you got the #1 pick. Whoever you bringing in to build around. And you got a foundation that's right right for you to get components, and with a trade deal, that the deal you can get with Isaiah, maybe another pick or two high, you got something going on because you are there. Now, whatever you do, you got to think that, hey, as long as the kingdom of Cleveland is reigning, you got to do the right thing. So don't mess up. You need a great trade deal. Isaiah, hate to say it, brother, you bait. Goddess Kelli, defend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is no question that Isaiah Thomas is a great talent. But you know what? Look at the East. The East in the NBA is just not that competitive. The Cavaliers are running away with everybody. What the Celtics need to do now is they need to start planning for the future. They need to start planning for the retirement of LeBron James. They had trouble getting past John Wall and the Washington Wizards. If they had trouble with a team like that, who is also on the rise, they need to start planning that future. So that means they need to get Isaiah Thomas on the market, pretty him up, make him look good and not like a little midget or a little crying bitch like he was looking the other night. But they need to do that. They need to start shopping him around. They need to find themselves another big man because Al Horford, he's not working out for him either. They need to build around that #1 pick. They need to get themselves some Markelle Fultz in there, and they need to build around the future of the NBA so they can reform their dynasty once the King James is retired. That's what it's all about. This is forward planning, people. This is like investing in your IRA and your 401k account. They need to get the most that they can out of Isaiah, get those picks, get some future picks so they can maybe land another #1 pick next year or the year after. They need to get Isaiah out of there while he's still got some value on the market.
All right, now you heard the defense from the goddess. Yeah, that's right. She did throw in IRA. Now, we did not say IRS. IRA, okay? But that, check out Grow Your Mind and Money on the old Grumpy Radio Network, or the Prosperous Nevis, one of them. But you know, this is flipping where we flip the script. You don't know which way we really coming. So we flipping the script and defending. No way, Jose, should they be considering trading Isaiah, especially since they landed the first overall pick in the draft. They want to stay competitive and get over that Cleveland hump. You got to get over the hump. Got to get over the hump. Now, here is the reason they keep Isaiah. The reason they keep Isaiah is that his competitive, his NBA smarts, the fire and his skill set, now with another player, #1 pick, that they can work together. And because it's going to take 2-3 years for Cleveland to slip. It ain't going to be this year. We know that. I went to Vegas and I put a shoe down that it ain't going to be this year. No. I put it like this. I see a three-peat in King James history. So he ain't going to go to no other team and do a three-peat. So the three-peat is happening now. So you heard it first from Spitface here, hanging out with the guy. And no, I was not blinded by desire. Might have been lust, but it was not desire. But right now they need to keep Isaiah, whoever they pick at #1, because now they can stay competitive. They're not going to beat Cleveland, but they'll be able to start getting the components with a veteran who's there to work with that. You know, sort of like Shaq and Kobe. You know, only difference is, you know, Shaq was like really tall and big and dominating, and Kobe was, you know, wasn't a Mamba yet. So, you know, a little difference there. And but other than that. Keep Isaiah. Goddess, defend.
I mean, absolutely. If you look at it, the Boston Celtics at the end of the regular season, they got to the number one seed in the East. They beat out the Cleveland Cavaliers for that number one seed, for that home field advantage, and it's all because of the talent of Isaiah Thomas. Why are you going to go trading away your number one player? They got to start looking, how are we going to win now? They need to pull a Golden State. They need to get themselves another superstar to play with Isaiah Thomas, and they're going to be able to do that in the draft. They're going to get a young player that Isaiah can help mentor. You know what? He's got a lot going for him. The heart that he showed after the death of his sister, that tragic death of his sister, and he kept going. And he got his team through the first round. He got them through the Washington Wizard. John Wall, everybody says, is a better player than Isaiah Thomas. But you know what? Isaiah Thomas had the heart to close that out. He finished that deal. A lot of other players wouldn't have been able to do that. So there's absolutely no way they should trade Isaiah Thomas. He is their team. They need to build around him and get him the talent he needs through the draft. And you know what? Maybe trade some of their future picks. Maybe trade that number one pick away and get another superstar over there in Boston so that way the East can be competitive.
All right, you heard the defense on the first part of the shout out this week, and we got more coming up. The Funnies and our favorite underwater friend. And Flip It, part 2. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. You know who I am, but you are yet to really know the Goddess Kelli. What you gonna find out a little bit more about her? She's been fully expressing herself in a goddess kind of way. Welcome back. You are still, I said still, and I really do mean you are still listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. Goddess, I think we got something interesting off the wires this week. You know, the production team work goes across the globe to bring in. You know, this ain't no far fake news stuff. This is just how it is. Goddess, Goddess, I know I was hanging out with Moses and Medusa, so I got a couple of years on everybody except for Old Grumpy, because Old Grumpy go way back. I think I saw a picture of him with a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he was riding it. But that's how far back Old Grumpy go. But some things I just don't understand. But maybe you'll be able to explain it to me afterwards. $425 jeans feature pant legs attached via buttons. Online retailer opening ceremony is getting into the bizarre upscale jeans trend with a pair of $425 convertible pants from Y Project. The detachable cutout front jeans by Y Project are composed of a pair of high-waisted booty shorts with two pant legs that connect to the shorts via buttons. Unlike other shorts pants combos, these ones leave a gap between the button of the shorts and the tops of the pants leg. These 2-in-1 Y Project trousers come in a straight leg silhouette with slim fitting detachable shorts that feature high-rise cutouts along the front. The product description reads, the $425 pants are the latest bizarre jeans to make headlines after such as offerings as $425 jeans pre-caked with mud. That's right, $425 for some muddy jeans. $100 pair of completely transparent clear jeans, which was obviously a salute to Prince on the slide. Prince Estate, y'all need to talk to them. They're trying to, high side. And $95 clear knee mom jeans with plastic windows in the knee area. Freaky dicky. And but as I said, I am still trying to figure out why I can figure out who was doing the spending on muddy jeans, because I want to find them. Where are they? Am I missing something, guys? All right, gosh darn, as water is splashing on you, it must be time for our favorite underwater friend. It's time for Flip It Part 2. Larry Boyd has left Indiana, Is it time for Paul George to flap his wings and get on the Magic Johnson train to the Lakers? All right, panel defend. It is going to take several years for the Lakers to build their way to being competitive with the Warriors and San Antonio. Better chance playing in the East, given the Cavaliers could lose some key players to free agency. Paul should stay put. Now, one of the things that I've had to look at this, and, it's rough to say what a player should and shouldn't do, because a player should always do what, they feel is best for their career, because they're the one out there on the court, doing the thing. And but I would look at this and go, man, now, L.A., it's going to be a few years, which means that who there today may not be there tomorrow. And Magic will work his magic, but it's going to be a time thing. And that it ain't going to be no time thing like the New York Knicks. But it's going to be a time thing where you will be seeing progress every year, but they going to have to draft and deal for at least 3 more years to really get competitive. Because there's some guns the Rockets can play. So they all them much more the West more organized, stronger teams. You stay in Indiana. You got a competitive team. Nobody is knocking off the king the next 2 years. That just ain't happening. What you're looking for is that a couple of more years, get that max contract, stay competitive. That 3rd year, y'all might be on to something. So, y'all got, you in the right place. Goddess Kelli, with your fine self, please defend.
I mean, absolutely. Paul George has got a good thing coming to him, staying in the East. He's going to get some money. He's going to have that easier competition, like you said. The West, you don't want to go to the West. You've got the super team with the Golden State Warriors, with their pickup of KD. You got Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. You've got the San Antonio Spurs. There is a lot of competition out there in the West. Not as much in the East. The East is up and coming, but you know what? Indiana can be up and coming too. They are just a few pieces away from being more competitive. So Paul George needs to get himself that max contract. He needs to stay with the money. And you know what? The Lakers are a huge drama fest right now. Do you really want to go, when you're a mature kind of player that can get that big money like Paul George is, do you really want to go somewhere that's full of drama? Magic Johnson has brought drama there. We had the D'Angelo Russell incident with the snitching. They just lost Kobe. They're probably going to draft Lonzo Ball, and it doesn't get more drama than that. And you know what? If there's anything that I have learned, it's leave the drama for your mama. So leave the drama for the Lakers. Stay out of the West. Build your team the way you are. You've got the kind of clout where you can go to management and you can say, you know what, this is what we need to be competitive, and you need to get that team around you so you can compete where you're at. Show some loyalty. Don't be KD. Don't be going and running to California because you think you might be able to chase a ring, because there's going to be no ring chasing in LA. They need to build, and they are going to screw it all up with Lonzo Ball, because that's just going to be too much drama that you don't want to deal with. That is locker room poison right there, and you don't want to be involved in that.
All right, you heard the defense from the goddess. But this is flipping, where we flip the script. That's right. We can be Perry Mason and Ironside. I know some of y'all had to go way back. What the hell is Spitface talking about? Watch that TV Land cable channel. Just check it out. Perry Mason, Ironside. Just check it out. You learn something I don't know. But if anything, you learn that TV existed before Empire. All right, but on Flip It, we're defending. Why do you think they call him Magic? Everything Magic touches turns to gold, baby. He is about to make the Lakers golden again. And Paul needs to be one of those nuggets. Now, if there's one thing that I'll say that Irvin Johnson has proven, that boy is magic. He touches. I remember when his first stint as a television personality, and he was terrible. He went and corrected that. He corrected that, and you were like, who is this? It was like, what? Magic. And that man is going to bring the magic touch to L.A. Players want to play with magic. They want to play on it. This is childhood hero. This is your parent, when before MJ, and MJ around, Magic Johnson. And you got a chance to be on the team that he's going to bring the magic to and redeem the Lakers. Now, Paul, you need to be a part of that action. Because even if it's a rebuilding, you're going to have a better chance with the Lakers rebuilding with Magic that you're going to get a shot. Because you ain't getting no shot in the East with King James around. None, nada, forget it. It just ain't happening. Now, I don't know who's going to emerge after Cleveland, drop a layer. But it ain't going to be Indiana. It ain't going to be y'all. You think Larry Bird... Now, I have a love-hate with Larry Bird because I hated it when he'd go up and kill my team with that last-second shot. But I loved it because, hey, man, get him, So, but he done flew the coop. Now, he know that, what, I just didn't have it. And then Magic done came, oh, no, I'm getting up out of here. I'm getting up out of here because we ain't going to be able to get nobody. Not when the allure of Magic Johnson, man, Magic a billionaire. He Ball, Brother Ball, Magic is a billionaire. And we all know the definition, there's, I put it like this. As Shaq said, hey, I'm rich. The guy who write my check is wealthy. So, hey, Paul. Now, remember, Magic ain't rich because Magic write a lot of checks. Now, the Lakers are going to write your check. But, and man, the rap, home, no place like home. Goddess, just see it.
Well, I mean, you're talking about the magic of Magic. I mean, this man is so magic, people forget that his name's not Magic. We forget that his real name is Irving Johnson. Everybody just keeps calling him Magic. But there is another magic that you're not talking about, and that is the magic of LA. When you think basketball, you think about the Lakers. The Lakers are the most iconic team in all of the NBA. Everybody wants to play in LA. Staying in Indiana in cornfields, I don't even know. Do they even have like a big city in Indiana? It's all it is a bunch of corn and a bunch of country, and there's no clubs. There's no hot women in Indiana. That's just the way it is. All the clubs, all the fun, all the hot women, they are in LA. That's why you want to go play for the Lakers. Everybody wants to play for the Lakers. And you know what? They've got that #2 pick this year. They're going to pick up that Lonzo Ball kid who, you know what? Even his own daddy says that he is going to be better than Steph Curry and better than MJ. Why wouldn't you want to play with a kid that's got that much hype? They are rebuilding. They are going to make a super team. There are so many different superstars that want to play in LA. And Paul George needs to get on that train before the train leaves the station because Magic Johnson is taking them back to their roots, taking them back to winning. There was a giant void in basketball after Kobe Bryant retired, and somebody needs to step in there and be that leader of the team. Right now, there is no leader player on that team. Paul George, he's got the potential to be that. Why wouldn't you want to do that? It is your time to shine, baby. Go shine with the movie stars in LA.
All right, the Walk of Fame, hometown, where you heard the defense this week on both sides of Flip It. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I know the First Lady gonna be checking this stuff. All right, what did they do? Did they mess up my Flip It this week? We didn't, First Lady. You know, the Goddess was on point and everything. And and I like them shoes she got. Them little, with the one I like them little shoes with the little toes stick out and stuff. And she got the little diamond imprint and everything. That's a little clapper. That's a little clapper there. Now on the other side of the break, we have another performance, and we hope it don't put her to sleep because we got a lot of show to do. I gotta wrap it up. L.A. Carpool on Shout Out. Please stay tuned. We promise. We're going to wrap this up. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, y'all. You are listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. It's time for Shout Out Part 2, the picks and the finale. The music flows from around the globe to get a shout out from the First Lady and the crew. We got the Goddess Kelli here. And just amazing lady. It's just been a pleasure to work with her today. And I love that perfume she got on. It is just I think it's called Drive a Nigga Crazy. But it is y'all didn't hear that and stuff. But this is cable internet, so I can get away with it every now and then. But Grumpy gonna probably slap my hand, make me do extra work this week. We have another performance from L.A. Carpool with their album Salsa Pop, and I tell you, I hope they spice it up because we got a Shimmy Shake girl on both sides of the Goddess to wake her up and put her to sleep. All right, DJ, we need you to roll that track. Hit it.
You want the right of balada in Spanish, red wine and girls. My doubts always vanish. You're the man that I chose. You stole your way into my heart. Turned into 5 years. All the time not believing the rumors I hear. Till the day of deceiving became crystal clear. Oh, you were running around from the sky. But I don't feel dizzy. This town's got to have
Carpool from their album Salsa Pop. The name of the track was One Night Together. Do we need to wake up the goddess?
That one was a little better for me. You know what? I think if I had another margarita, that would have gone down just as smooth as some silver tequila. That lady, she's got some pipes on her. I don't know what her name is, but LA Carpool, you know what? You redeemed yourself a little bit. That was a little better. I don't think I'm quite drunk enough, but you know what? Give me one more drink, play that again, and I will be on board the LA Carpool.
All right, all right. I like it. The track. I like it. The track, and it has a lesson to the ladies. Lead them on no good. So and so. You can tell they the ones who you look across the room and there's a big sign that's above them called trouble. I didn't say bad boy. There is a distinction because I know a whole bunch of bad boys, but there ain't no trouble. You know, you might actually, say, I forget one night, I want 3, 4, 5 nights out of them. But they ain't the trouble is not their game. That's the end. A shout out if you like what you heard from LA Carpool. Check them out at Old Grumpy Radio or Old Grumpy New York, either one of those places. If you would like to be heard or have any comments, you can send your emails and tracks to Panties at oldgrumpyradio.com. Visit us on Facebook at B like Bras, P like Panties, and AND Sports. Check us out on Facebook. It is time for the hardwood picks. First Lady had the title last season. She's trying to have 2 crowns, the NFL and the NBA hardwood crown. Now, you know how we play, how it's set up. You can come in at any time, and you might take the lead. So this week on the picks, and we're going to see if the goddess can join in with us and give her her picks, and we'll see how she scores. Now, the first one is Kevin Durant will have more fouls called against than Kawhi Leonard. 150,000 for the correct, minus 155,000 for the incorrect. And First Lady says KD will have more fouls called against him than Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to go with, I agree with the First Lady. Kawhi ain't a foul getting so-and-so. You know, that his game is pretty. But KD has been, mixed in a few fouls or two, and then he tried to get that old little innocent look. I think he's a little devil. Goddess, which way you pick it?
I am definitely going to agree with both of you. KD is going to have more fouls than Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is just such a nice guy. I mean, he had that terrible injury, and you know what? He forgave Jaja for injuring him. So he's going to have those games where he's going to be out, so that's going to hurt him. And then KD, he is more desperate for a ring than that lady friend you have that's been singled forever. So he is playing with that desperation, and it is going to hurt him in the long run. He is going to have those fouls against him. KD's probably going to have more fouls than anybody else, not even just Kawhi Leonard.
All right. Steph Curry will score more points than Kevin Durant. So, which one of the teammates is going to have the big points? Now, First Lady says, yes, Steph will score more than KD. I'm actually going to say no. I'm going to say KD is going to score more than Steph. Goddess, which way you landed?
KD is going to score more points than Steph Curry. Steph Curry is playing like a scared little boy right now. He had that MVP season last year, but his three-pointers, they are not landing the way they used to. And KD, he's the star of that team now. Steph Curry, he's just a fading star. He doesn't have anything left in his tank anymore. And the playoffs, they are frustrating him. He's still scared because he blew that 3-1 lead last year. Steph Curry is going to be nothing. And KD is the future of the Golden State Warriors, and he's going to get the most points.
All right. Okay. Isaiah Thomas will score more points than Kawhi Leonard. Now, the First Lady says, yes, Isaiah will score more points than Kawhi Leonard. I'm actually going to go no. And the reason I'm going to go no is because Cleveland about to put the clamp on Boston. I mean, when they done, the first two games of any playoff series is learning what adjustments you can make and will make going down the road. So, and getting those implemented. That's how come Cleveland was able to come back on the Warriors and whip that booty. Boston ain't gonna be able to do that. They ain't gonna be able to do that. So Kawhi is. I put it like this: Kawhi gonna get his. Thomas, no, you're not gonna get yours. So I'm going with Kawhi. Goddess. Isaiah Thomas will score more points than Kawhi. Which way you going?
I am going to also go with Kawhi. The reason being is Cleveland is going to sweep the Boston Celtics. Isaiah Thomas, he's not scoring anything. I don't even think he could go into downtown Boston and score himself some drugs right now. And you know what? He needs them to console himself after that loss. Isaiah Thomas, he's not scoring nothing. Cleveland's defense is too strong. Kawhi Leonard, he's an MVP candidate. He's not going to win because Russell Westbrook's going to win, but Kawhi Leonard, he is a more talented player, a more valuable player. He's going to be coming back from that injury in Game 3. I have no doubt about it, and he is going to be a scoring machine. He is upset that his team blew it while he was out, and he's going to be coming back with a vengeance with something to prove.
All right, okay, we got the picks in. Now the option. Okay, this is optional. And now the first lady, well, the option for this week is San Antonio will win at least 2 games. $1.5 million for the correct, minus $500,000 for the incorrect. Now, the first lady has decided to take the option, and she's going no. She's going no. Now, I am not taking the option this week, but with our newcomer, Goddess Kelli, do you want to take that option?
You know what? Play big or go home. So, yeah, I'm going to take that option, and I'm going to say yes, San Antonio will win 2 games. Greg Popovich is not the best coach in the NBA for nothing. He is going to see where his team failed. He's got his superstar coming back. Greg Popovich is going to make the corrections. Golden State has proven that they can be beaten. We did it last year, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I think that San Antonio is definitely going to give them a run for their money and win 2 games. I'm not going to give them any more than 2, but they will win 2 games.
All right. You heard it from the goddess, the first lady, and me, Spitface, and we will get CJ's picks in and Dizzy Max. Now, time for our panel to give us their outrageous predictions for this week. And my outrageous prediction for this week is that before the summer begins, the New York Knicks will trade Melo. That's my outrageous prediction. Melo will be traded before the first week of summer. Goddess Kelli, you got an outrageous prediction?
Wow, I'm kind of shocked that you think that Melo is going to be traded that quickly. I have no doubt that he's going to be traded, but yeah, you kind of shocked me with that one a little bit.
Outrageous, ain't it?
It was outrageous. I'm trying to think, what do I have for an outrageous prediction? All right, my outrageous prediction is that the San Antonio Spurs are going to win one of these games against Golden State by double digits. And we know that they're not favored, so that's why it's pretty outrageous.
All right. Okay, win by double digits. I don't know if it can happen. All right. Now, the First Lady did not give us her message for the week, but I do have a message for women and men's is everywhere. The era of the ladies being represented as full, complete partners in sports broadcasting, the sports industry, and the perception of sports by the fans, it has not started. It's been started. Now people are waking up. And I really want to thank our guest, Goddess Kelli. She has just been fantastic. I mean, and just really fantastic, professional, fun, and I gotta talk to old Grumpy and say, hey, look, send flowers, send candy, send us some champagne. I know we ain't got no money, but send us something, get a Macy's $25 gift card or something. Now, well, actually, we Macy's been messing up lately, but get us something home, Lowe's. That's right, yeah, Lowe's, Please, anything you'd like to say before we wrap up the show this week, Goddess Kelli?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for having me. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I will be happy to come back anytime you want me.
Okay, and how can folks follow you, learn more about you, on all that stuff that folks do?
Well, you can find me on Twitter. It's at, I'm going to spell it because my name is spelled weird. It's at KELLIERUTTAR. You can find me on Facebook at the same name, KELLIERUTTAR. You can also find me on my radio show, The Red Zone with Kelly and Rashawn. We bring the sexy back to sports every Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. You can follow us online at blogtalkradio.com/momentumshift. You can also find all our episodes on demand on our sponsor website, goingfor2.com. So be sure to check us out. We have a really good time.
All right, we hey, now seek and ye shall find, or you just BSing in the first place. Because with all them options, you should be able to find a woman. Now we want you to please enjoy the poetic performance at the end of the show. We do have a special performance from who, Shiny the Poet. This is Ronnie B, but CJ, Goddess Kelli, Cheryl Smith, and the whole Bras, Panties, and Sports crew, you have been listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. Please enjoy that poetic selection.
The breakup. Too many wasted years, no more wasted tears, standing here on my own too. They say I gave up. Nah, I gave you love that you didn't appreciate. You took it for granted like my love was a waste, sealing your fate because I no longer walk down lonely streets. Hell, it took a while, but truth, you was never truly for me. Finally seeing clearly as your well runs dry. Walking away with no tears in sight, gained insight, I still pray for you at night. You lost your hold. I've moved on, learning again how to live life, love right. Breaking up is hard to do, but I got it. Retaining knowledge of how to do it right, leaving it all behind. I'm in recovery. Our history soon to be a distant memory, a shattered piece of my past, one not meant to last. It's sad. You'll feel the repercussions like an aftershock. Nope, it wasn't my fault, but I'll take the blame. Just to refrain from doing this again, I refuse to be bitter in the end. I am amazing, and you didn't get to damage me. You were lucky to have me, but no more. You feeling dehydrated, and I'm feeling liberated, giving you up even the score. My heart don't hurt anymore. It's no longer sore. The breakup. Tough love, like lost and found, like rain coming down to cleanse and restore. You wish I was standing at the door, but you don't get to hear my footsteps in the dark anymore. No more dreaming of you. Yeah, the truth that I've been through because of you, and now I'm through because of you. You don't get to keep me down, and you don't get to keep me around. You missed it. My worth. I still see how you failed to recognize that I am a warrior among these thieves, and I felt you trying to bleed me weak. But you don't understand that I am destined to do great things. I happily stepped on your throne. I used it as a stepping stone, refusing to look back. This part of my past, I happily place in this big black trash bag, ready for pickup. I'm chunking you deuces because this is the breakup.